Right now, 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taken at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Out of the pistol, the give to Jones. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Third and 2, Watson. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he is going to have the Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. A give to Jones. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd and 7, Watson looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Evans. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And this is picked up by the Saints. The 30, the 20, 10. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Bucs offense set to begin their next possession as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Off of play action, it's Watson.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 45, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. To throw it is Locke. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side.
And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there.
On that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On play action, Locke.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And that'll make this 17-0 here in the opening quarter. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down.
They run with Jones on 1st down, but he'll struggle here just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Faking the give. Now Watson. He'll buy some time right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson rolling to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. After the turnover, here's Locke. They've been off to the races already. A 17-0 lead. Now a chance for more. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Carlton Davis picks it.
So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Now, these two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, week 8 to be exact. This, the second meeting between these two division rivals. You might recall they met earlier in the year.
On second down, it's Jones. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short. $17-0 our score after one. The Bucs on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Watson off play action. Sliding out of the pocket.
And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by Cameron Curl.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Lutz good on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. First down and much more here for Jones as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. 45 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
56, Mike, 56, right there.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The fumble on first down now. Here's second down.
56 to Mike, boys.
Here's Watson.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
You definitely would like to hit on that one because now you've got a third and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a fourth down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. This is taken at the 10. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Throwing now is Locke. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Well, these two teams, they met in New Orleans earlier in the year with the Saints coming out on top. So if they can win here in Tampa, they'd be able to claim the season sweep.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Locke now to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
Back to Kamara for another catch.
5 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down.
Well, this offense will definitely utilize him as a weapon out of the backfield because he was close to 100 yards receiving a week ago. So they will try to get him the football in space as they did right there.
They'll break the huddle, send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5. Again, they'll throw with Locke. That's going to be caught. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A good pickup there at 22.
Kamara.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown.
Alvin Kamara.
Touchdown number 22 on the season.
And the Saints are able to add on to their first half lead.
Lutz with the extra point. And the rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Bucs on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. A shotgun snap for Watson.
And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Fielded just inside the 20. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jamel Dean.
And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45.
Well, you know, this offense has had their way for the most part here in this first half. But that time, maybe they got a little greedy.
Well, it is hard to blame them, isn't it? Because like they said back in the 1980s, greed can be good. Stick with what's been working. But that time, I think you got a little bit too much air under that one, and it turned into a turnover that was much needed by that defense.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Back to throw, Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for Gronk that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And he's taken down inside the 30.
52 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to hell and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Yeah, this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. They'll roll him out right. He completes it to Evans. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Off the option, it's Jones.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones, as the first half is winding down.
And the Bucs are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half.
Extra point put through by Succop, and the lead is down to 24.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
Airing it out deep for Smith, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
A final shot before half for Locke. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. In the first half, just like the end of the game, can't end with a defensive penalty. They'll have another play.
One more play, untimed. See what happens here.
The kick by Lutz is good. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. So after a very one-sided first half, what will the second half bring as we are back underway on EA Sports?
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster in the first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. This is brought in at the 21. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run it again with Kamara. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Rolling to his right. That'll be caught over the middle by Moss.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go. Under crunch.
Coming left is Kamara. And they string that play out nicely. He's stopped before he can turn upfield. No gain, 2nd down.
You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
51, Mike 51.
Block off of play action. He'll buy some time right.
Moss going to have a 1st down and more.
And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. Give them 18 there, and the Saints have a 1st down.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another 1st down.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And down to the 36-yard line here. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Lock going to throw. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Touchdown, Saints. Michael Thomas. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Saints are pouring it on.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side, because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, Just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Wide open, Gronkowski. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards, the final tally. Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now Watson. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his second drop, indeed, not a good look. Watson looks to throw again. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. The give is to Jones. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
This is Fournette. And not much running room. Down to the 32. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down.
Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Quit talking about it and bring it.
Watson. Got a man. It's Brown. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Back now in Tampa. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the red zone now, Watson. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And once more, this play going in the wrong direction. The Saints get to him behind the line again. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Watson now to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th.
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27. 24.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Saints will have the football back. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Been a very strong performance for them, really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
The first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Locke to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. After the interception, here's Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Marcus Davenport in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Right there, 56. Oh, dang, Mike 56, Mike 56.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. Flushed out right. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And this is picked up by the Saints. They find some open field here. There he goes left side. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
He will return this from deep in the end zone.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
And some play callers, when they go into games, they don't mind calling a lot of screens, and they don't care what down. They were maybe one block away from really having something there to start this drive. Good job defensively to cut through the blockers and make the tackle on the screen, or that could have gone for maybe 15 or 20 yards.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
73 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
I'm going to run you over. Hey, Mike 20, Mike. Just like that.
Now it's Watson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by the rookie Pete Werner.
And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line.
Again, it's Kamara. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. They look to throw. It's Locke. Open man is Michael Thomas.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Eluding the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Devin White drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
A gain of 6 there on 1st.
So 2nd and 4 from the 22.
Back to throw. Watson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23.
They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Offensive explosion help leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for New Orleans, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.